Well, Euan, it's back to the league this weekend following our FA Cup fixture against Blackpool last Saturday. They don't get any easier. Port Vale top. What kind of game are you expecting?
I think we're really looking forward to it. It's one of them where obviously they're a good side, and at the moment they're top of the league. And it's one where we have to be at our best to get something from the game. But I think we're all quietly confident, and we're just looking forward to getting out there and getting going.
Is that the sort of game we need right now? You know exactly what Port Vale are going to bring. They're unbeaten in 10, they've won the last 5. You're going to be at the very top of the game.
I think so, yeah, and that's almost, I find, like, we rise to those occasions sometimes. Like, sometimes the harder it is, the more it draws from us and the better that we play. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at the weekend.
From your perspective, you've had a few minutes under your belt. You started the last couple. You must be really pleased having to got in the team and then kept the shirt.
Yeah, obviously the Swindon game was my full league debut, and then last week was a good debut in the FA Cup as well. So it's 2 on the bounce now, and I just hope that throughout the season I can keep playing and keep impressing.
Lovely, thank you, Euan. Ben, all yours.
Euan, after the FA Cup game, was speaking about you to Jack Nolan, and he was saying, you know, after your red card against Swansea, it was obviously potentially quite a difficult sort of time for you. You're at the new club, trying to get minutes, trying to break into the team, and then you had that little setback. So how do you kind of look back on that now, and has it helped you, learn, or has it been difficult to kind of, really push through from that?
Yeah, I'd say I probably have learnt from it, because it was obviously quite a low point for me, because I thought I was actually doing alright in the game as well prior to that, and yeah, it just hit me for, obviously I was 3 games without playing, and it took me a while to get going again because I had international, and then I came back and I had a couple of niggles and stuff, so I didn't actually train that much either during that period. So yeah, it took me probably another 4 or 5 weeks of working to be anywhere close to even being on the bench. So that was sort of for that period. I just stuck to it, and eventually the chance came, and I think I've took it.
Do you feel almost more appreciative now you are in the team and have managed to break through for that sort of experience, I guess, and more determined to keep hold of this shirt?
100%, yeah. Like, the difference from playing and not playing is obviously massive. So for me now, it's just focusing on the next game and trying to have as much of an impact as I can on training and in games.
And obviously fans will have seen a little bit of what you're about in the last couple of games, and even in pre-season we saw that versatility from you. But what do you think your kind of main strengths are yourself?
I like to run forward and play forward, whether that be, obviously, if I'm higher up the pitch, it's probably more run forward, and if I'm deeper where I was playing, like the last couple of games, it's probably pass forward a bit more. But either I'm happy to do, but my main focus is getting the ball forward to try and create chances for the team to try and score goals.
And obviously that's a quite an important position in modern day football, that kind of pivot in defensive midfield and being able to really start those attacks. And do you feel like it's a niche potentially that you can fill that void, that maybe you have that different skill set to other players?
Potentially. To be fair, I've not really played it that much, like as a single pivot. So Saturday was quite a new experience for me, and I really enjoyed it. But I'm happy wherever, like if it's midfield, if even out wide, like wherever is being asked of me, that I'm happy to do, just for the team, really, just to make sure we try and get wins on the board.
And your background, kind of going through the youth system at Charlton, which has obviously produced a lot of quality players and international players. I mean, what sort of guys did you grow up playing with? Were some of the Lookmans and Consters a little bit older than you?
They were a little bit older than me. So I had Jeremy Sarmiento was the year above me. He's at Brighton now. Largi Ramazani was a couple of years older than me. He's at Leeds. And then sort of my age, there's a few boys playing in like League One, League Two. But yeah, like I think, and as well, Anthony had a big part to play in that, because he brought quite a lot of players through from my sort of age and even a bit younger. But yeah, so we're all sort of similar positions at the moment.
It's a good schooling, isn't it? It's clearly a football club that's done well bringing through young talent.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
How much do you think that's kind of helped you, moving into men's football, kind of having that grounding and I don't know, that sort of quality of coaching?
Yeah, massively, because like for me the transition to come here has been quite easy in terms of the coaching staff. And I think the clubs are fairly similar as well. I think like there's a lot of good people here, and it's just made the transition so much easier. Whereas if I didn't know people, or if I didn't know, it could be a little bit harder. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and it's made it really easy.
Just in terms of personnel, obviously you're trying to, find a way into the team with those guys, but also having people like Armani Little and Johnny Williams, Bradley Dack, guys of immense experience and quality in those central sort of midfield positions. Must be nice to train around those guys.
Yeah, it's really good, because for me I'm looking at them as like I want to have the career that they've had, and obviously still having, but like they've played so much football, and that's like something that I'm aspiring towards, and like getting to see them training every day is like I can see the level, and what it takes to get to the levels that they've been at, and what's needed to be consistently playing over a long period of time, because that's something that I've not been able to do.
Yeah, nice. And I guess in terms of obviously the recent run of form hasn't been ideal for the team, but it has allowed opportunities for guys that weren't in the team like yourself to come in and show what you can do.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's obviously difficult. We've had like injuries as well, so I think that's sort of like for me that's probably opened up the opportunity. But yeah, like the run of results that we're on, like it's difficult at the moment, but we're trying everything every day. Like the quality in training's gone up, the levels in training gone up, like the intensity's gone up, and I think to me anyway, like it's only a matter of time before we start turning results around.
And Phil mentioned about this fixture playing Port Vale flying high top of the league as the sort of one you might want in order to try and kind of end that bit of a rut. And I guess here at Priestfield as well, it's one that the home crowd really might be able to get behind and get behind the team.
Yeah, 100%. Like being here is massive for us. Like the crowd here is amazing, and we just hope again it's the same as it has been in previous weeks on Saturday, because it gives us a massive boost, and it's home comforts. Like for us, like we can't let teams come here and take points of us, because this has to be a fortress for us. So yeah, I think we're all looking forward to it.
I guess there's a big determination in the group to kind of get that win and get back to doing what you were doing the first couple of months of the season.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Best of luck for trying to do it, mate.
Thank you.
You mentioned Anthony Hayes. You've worked with him for quite a bit. What was his role when you were there? Was he your manager? Was he?
Yeah, he was my manager. So from sort of under 14s all the way to the 21s, and then he went to the first team, and I was sort of like on the brink. And yeah, so I had a lot of time spent with him.
That must have helped your transition here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's made that transition, because I know how he works. He knows how I play, how I like to work. So it's made it really quite easy.
What's your sort of grassroots background? Because you obviously joined Charlton as a kid. Then did you want like quite young age?
Yeah, so I was at a team called Parkwood Rangers. That was it. From like, I was sort of seven or 8, and I went into the Charlton from when I was 9.
Okay. Pretty early.
And was there the whole way through.
Centre mid all the way, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think I played out wide a little bit when I was younger, and then like sort of more the last few years, it's been as a number 10, and then like obviously here it's been a little bit deeper, but I've been playing it sort of all the way through as well. So it's yeah, it's fine.
It's a long journey, isn't it, from a 9-year-old to finally making your league debut. All that effort, it must feel so good when you finally get the reward of playing in football.
Yeah, 100%. And like, there's so many ups and downs with injuries, loss of form, like stuff outside of football that sometimes you can't control. And at the end of the day, like for me anyway, like I just tried to stick to my routine and stick to what I thought was helping me, and eventually like the chances come, and you just have to be ready when they come, because you never know when they're going to come, and you have to take them because they might not come again.
What did it feel like when you were told that Charlton were going to release you after a decade there?
It was difficult, but it was I I thought it was probably coming because like I didn't play much last season, and I think I was probably ready to step out of that sort of youth environment into a first team, wherever that was. And I was saying the other day, like when it did happen, I looked here first because I thought this would be like the best place for me, because it's local, I could still be at home, and like it's a brilliant club, and I knew the aspirations that the club had. So to me, this was the one that I wanted to come to, and luckily it ended up happening.
And now, from watching and watching everyone else sort of play, now you're in the thick of it. It must be great.
It must be what? Sorry.
It must be great to be in the thick.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah, it's. I think I said a couple of weeks ago, it's everything I dreamed of, and like I'm enjoying it at the moment. Even though results obviously haven't been going our way as late, but in terms of individual like performance and enjoyment, I'm enjoying it.
And you went to 21s for Northern Ireland, didn't you? Recently, have you been selected again for next week? Or
no, I've not been selected, but I'm not sure if there's a camp. There might.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but yeah, no, I've not heard anything.
How was that week away?
Yeah, it was brilliant, because I've known like a lot of the boys there, like I've gone through the ages with. So like I know the people, like, a lot of the boys. It's just good seeing the level, because everyone's at different stages of their career similarly. Like there's a lot of boys like in League 2, League 1, and then there's still some boys in like the youth setups of clubs. But it was just good to see the level and see where everyone's at.
Where's the connection for the Northern Ireland?
My dad's side. So my dad was born in Ballymena.
Oh, okay.
And then so all his family are from Northern Ireland.
Proud dad then when you decided to switch, was it? 'Cause you were
proud family, yeah.
16 or something, weren't you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Are international call-ups when you're at the stage that you are frustrating in one respect, because you don't know if you're going to figure and you're going to miss out a chance and possibly playing for the first team?
It's a difficult one because like the one that I had in September, I think I missed a Papa John's game, or the EFL Trophy game, and because I think it was my first game back after my suspension, I think obviously like I was looking at that one where I was going to be able to get some minutes in it, but obviously that wasn't the case because I went away, and then I didn't end up getting any minutes when I was away anyway. So in terms of that situation, it was a little bit frustrating, but any time I've been called up is like it's a really, really proud moment for me. I'm very proud to go and play for him, and that's sort of how I'd leave it.
Because Mark's more or less what I would call one of the new breed of coaches, are there different levels that you noticed from that camp to what you see here every day?
In terms of what, like the players?
What you do, how you do things?
Yeah, but like so different. But because I think it's like the style, like the international side of football is so different to playing in a team where you're here every day. You're learning stuff every day with the same players, with the same team. When you go away, you've got a very short period of time to put a team together and but like get everyone on the same page with how you're going to play. So it's lots more tactical. It's quite a long time on the grass, but like almost walkthroughs of like tactical stuff. Whereas here, obviously, we play a bit more.
Different pressures on the players, I imagine.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like it's 3 points on the line. That's all that matters.
You must. Despite the fact you were on the outside looking in for a lot so far, you must be pleased, because whenever we speak to Mark Bonner about you, he's always highly praising, and there hasn't said had a bad word to say about you. I guess that must fill you with confidence before you can step out on the pitch and play for him.
Yeah, 100%. I think me and the gaffer have got quite a good relationship, and I feel he's able to trust me. Obviously that trust after the Swansea game was depleted a little bit, but I think in the last sort of 4, 5, 6 weeks, I think I've been able to build that back up, and then after the last 2 games, I think we're probably back on the level we were probably before, and I'm excited to go out again on Saturday and play well.